Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and this is part 8 of my series about the chord harmonica. In this video I'm going to introduce the standard chord progression to you. What is a standard chord progression? It's like a basic little tool that you can use and you can build on later on, but it's just like a basic knowledge, like a little package that you can start with what you've got in your head, how to play chords to a piece of music. Let's say, and of course if you know your chord theory, you know all this kind of stuff, so this video is not particularly aimed at you. The people that I am actually recording this for is those people who've got a chord harmonica and think, right, how on earth am I going to play chords with a piece of music? Someone plays music on a harmonica. How am I going to do that? And this is like a basic little tool. Again, it's also discussed in my document. There it is again. It's also listed. I also briefly explained what the basic standard chord progression is all about. It's on page 5 in the document, so look it up and see if you can use this tool and if it helps you in any way. First of all, we need to start thinking as a chord player. What does that mean? To a chromatic harmonica player, you play a scale or a certain melody or a scale. To a chord player, you don't think in scales or notes, but we think in positions. That's a difference. So you start counting the notes in a tone ladder, so to speak. And I'll use the key of C here as an example, just to start with, okay? So we're just going to go how to play chords in the key of C to something. As we know, key of C is a tone ladder C to C. But instead of notes, we now start to think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And these are positions. Of course, as a chord player, you don't play the whole melody. That's not the idea. You play chords in a certain part of the melody. You're looking in a piece of music for certain accents. There I need a chord. There I need a chord. Or there I need to change a chord. Or something like that. So it's a little piece of music where you fit a particular chord to. And for that matter, we start thinking in positions. So first would be the C, which is position 1. Etc. So we're thinking in positions, not names, not notes, positions. So and then we get to our chord harmonica. So on the chord harmonica, of course, we can play D, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But we start in positions. So C is the first position. The first position you use a major chord, so C major. C major. Second position is a minor. So in this case, in the key of C, it's a D minor. So go C major, D minor. Then the next one, third position, is E minor, also a minor chord. So 1 is major, 2 minor, 3 minor. So C, D, E, major, minor, minor. Then we go to number 4, which is in this case is an F, 4 is major, and 5 is major, F major, C major, G major. So now start again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we add a 6th one, and the 6th again is a minor chord. So C, D, E, F, G, A is number 6, A is a minor chord, so you play A minor. And then the 7th position, and that's a tricky one, is the B, in this case the B, a diminished chord. So 7th is a diminished chord. And this is why I've posted number 7A and 7B before this, because now you know what a diminished chord is. So if you don't know it, watch part 7 in this series, please, and then come back to this. So the standard chord progression is 1, position 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished. So you need a C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and then back to C again. Use the charts, watch video number 7 to find your B diminished chords, etc. So again, this is like a basic standard tool to have in your kit box when you're playing something. Yeah. So say if you wanted to put an emphasis on an accent with a chord on an E note, so 3rd position, three minor, 3rd position minor. Again, this is all on page 5 in my document. Please read it carefully. And again, a standard chord progression is not everything. It's not the whole of chord theory in one little nutshell or in 10 minutes. It's not like that. It's just a basic tool, so you've got a bit of a toolbox with you when you play chords. If you are asked to play chords with someone who plays them, oh, I'll play this melody, can you play chords with me? And you just, it's like something you can fall back on. You think, oh yeah, I've got that, standard chord progression. Yeah, I can work with that. And of course this works in any key, not just in C. Yeah, so for instance in D, you would be talking 1, position 1 is of course D major, E minor, F sharp minor, etc. So you can do it in any key, E flat, B flat, you name it. All you can do the chord progression, but don't think in notes. Think in positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1 again. there are of course several variations, and this gives you one idea actually how to use a diminished chord in a standard chord progression. As you might have noticed, there is no augmented chord in this standard chord progression. So augmented chords are not used as standards. But of course, and this is just as an idea, you can use a augmented chord instead of, for example, just as an example, instead of a fifth chord. Remember the key of C, fifth position is G, G major. But instead of G major, you can use a G augmented, but only if, for example, you go from G back to C, or from G to C up 5 to 1. Again, this is talking positions from 5 leading to 1. Then you can use a augmented chord. So a G augmented, let's just do 1 to 5 and then back to 1. A G augmented chord, but only if it leads, if your next chord is going back to C, to the root. So that's another one. So again, and this is going back forth on the number 7, previous 2 videos. Augmented and diminished chords are sort of lead chords. They create tension in the music, and they make you feel, oh, hang on, I want this to go somewhere, and a diminished chord wants to resolve to something, and it wants to resolve to 1 seminote higher, B diminished to C. So it's like an unstable, a dissonant chord that really wants to come to a resolution of some sort. It creates tension in the music in all sorts of ways. And again, augmented chords, you can use it in steps if you go from 5th to 1st position. 5th leading to 1st, not from 5th to 6th or anything like that. So from 5th to 1st, perfectly fine to use an augmented chord there instead of a normal major chord. And if you know how to use these diminished and augmented chords, they are absolutely fantastic, I think. They really add more depth to your music, etc. So again, standard chord progression is just a tool. It's also discussed and explained on page 5 of my document, and I'll put a link in here again for the so many time. So learn to think in positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you then play a chord to a piece of music and you think, oh, hang on, the melody is going to the 6th position there, so I need a 6th minor chord. Things like that. I hope this helps and this gives you some ideas how to actually get a piece of music and maybe write chords to it, or come up with some chords that you can play with it. Learn to think in positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5th, augmented if leading to 1. This is the kind of language you need to start thinking about. So you're thinking in positions, number 1 to 7. Where do I go? 1 to 5 to 7, 7 to 1, 3 to 5, etc., etc. Start to think about it. Have a look at the document also. Page 5 discusses this standard chord progression. Again, it's not like a Bible, like a chord Bible or anything. It doesn't tell you everything. It just gives you a basic kind of reference, and then you can later on build on that and use that to make more creative chords and etc. But it's really good basic package of knowledge to have with you and to actually start playing the chord harmonica. Thank you. Good luck.